thing. But yeah, this movie kind of tosses you into the perspective of the father and the son and seamlessly brings them together, both perspectives, into one kind of masterful film.
Nice, okay.
That was it's very somber, and if you're looking for something more exciting, I wouldn't pick that right away, because it's very it's a little sad, you know, but it hit home for me because
it's based on a true story, right?
Yeah, it's based on the two memoirs. There's one, that's why it's from the perspective. So there's a memoir from the dad's point of view and the memoir from the son.
Okay.
And I think they
mixing
kind of bring them both together, and you can kind of tell because it jumps back and forth through perspectives, but it makes for a really cool kind of unique experience.
Nice.
And coming from, my family has a background into kind of some of the stuff it dabbles in. It really hit home for me, and I feel like they really hit it. It's very correct.
Nice.
When you're doing something that's kind of grounded in reality like that, it's very important to get things right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the people that see them, that it's kind of depicting. So yeah. With that being said, go check it out. Beautiful Boy. It's the underdog of everything that's out right now, you know, and that's why I chose it over fucking Overlord, because I wanted to give it a shot. Yeah. And it paid off. It's really good. Steve Carell's really, really fucking good, as always. Yeah. It's nice to see him in a serious role, you know. He can do it. Moving on, I Love You, America, with Sarah Silverman, which is on Hulu.
Okay.
It's basically kind of like Chelsea Lately's show on Netflix, where she has guests on, they do skits, but it's very politically charged. Okay. So if you're interested in what's going on in the world and you have a kind of liberal stance or democratic stance on things, definitely check out that show, because it's incredibly informing on everything that's going on in the world. And so if you care and you want to know more
about what's going on in the country,
you know, like they cover the Kavanaugh thing, everything that's going on with Trump, and it's because it's Hulu, there's no censorship. Nice. It's very, very important. Watch this show. Sarah Silverman is amazing, so intelligent and fucking hilarious. Check it out. And then I wanted to actually do shows this week. We haven't done shows for a while.
And now, Drop the Mic presents shows, and more shows.
What's up, Vic, if you're listening?
Yeah. Shout out.
So, my first one is the film Mandy. Okay. We're getting the Ken Cinema. If you're in the San Diego area, is doing a Midnight Madness event for it.
A screening?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It's December 1st.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, at the Ken at midnight, and then they'll have, if you can't make it out that late, they'll do it the following day, an encore presentation at 11 a.m. Okay. So I highly, highly recommend you go out and see this movie. It's fucking brilliant, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. I haven't got to see it. I only watched it at home because it was so hard to get a hold of, really, you know. So I really want to be there in this, because the Ken is this vintage kind of theater. Yes. And to watch something like that that's very, relies on its visuals and the sound and everything, go check it out. It's with Nicolas Cage. It's a just batshit revenge film.
Yeah. That's where we went to go see The Warriors.
Yeah.
That was awesome too.
That was
a cool experience.
Yeah. So December 1st.
Yes.
Note that.
Yes. Save the date.
And my next show, it's Every Time I Die, with Turnstile opening for them. Actually, I think it's their basically an anniversary show. Okay. I want to say it's 20 years that Every Time I Die has been a band, something like that. A very long time for a hardcore band. I think they're from Texas or something like that. But they're very fun, insane. I have no idea what this is going to be like. I feel like they're going to destroy the venue. But it's at Observatory North Park for all you San Diegans out there. November 20th. It's coming up. Yeah, that should be a fun time if you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And do you have any shows before we jump into our main focus?
Anything that I know of.
Any movies coming out soon? Any movies this week that come out?
What comes out? Robin Hood doesn't come out this week, does it?
I didn't hear anything about it.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing.
I'm kind of lacking on the show, and you're carrying that whole structure, that whole thing by yourself. I can't think of anything that's actually coming out that's new. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. Well, then we'll jump into our main focus.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now for the movie focus of the week.
Alright guys, so we're talking about Hesher. It's from 2010. I think it was released to us off of the indie circuit in 2011.
Yeah.
It's rated R. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it's got a 52 on Rotten.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of low, on the low end for this.
Yeah.
I would expect at least a 65.
Yeah.
At least. It's written and directed by Spencer Susser, who is actually more of an editor. I think this might have been his first project where he did pretty much everything.
Okay.
It's basically about a young boy who's in this kind of grieving stage, and he ends up pissing off this metal kind of squatter who continues to make his life miserable until the little kid decides enough is enough.
Yeah. Yes.
Do we talk about it's starring
JGL?
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Gordon-Levitt, yes. Natalie Portman,
Rainn Wilson,
yes.
and I think that's for the bigger stars.
Yeah.
Devin Brocho is the little kid, I think, who
Yeah.
did fucking brilliant. He was pretty great in this.
Yeah.
I think he holds everything together.
He holds his own with Joseph.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What did you think about it? This was your first view.
Yeah, I'd never seen this movie.
This is one of my favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt films because it's so nobody knows what it
super
is.
Underrated. No one's heard of it.
Yeah.
Me being one of them. I thought it was really good. I liked the banter between the kid and Hesher throughout the whole movie. It's kind of it's really, I don't know. It was really refreshing in between gloomy moments throughout the movie. Kind of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character was kind of really sporadic and random at times.
Like you literally can't you really can't call what his motives are, what he's going to do next.
Going into this movie, halfway through, I was still trying to figure out where this movie was going, and not saying that not trying to shit on it in any way.
Yeah.
But I was just not confused, but just trying to think where are they going with this? Just what's the point? And you find out in the end, and you kind of see the growth of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character a little bit. He kind of has these weird meanings and metaphors that are really odd, and they're fucked up,
off-putting. Yeah.
Yes, but they make sense in the situations that he tells them.
It's like his way of, so he's obviously come from probably not so good upbringing.
Yeah.
Or he's had not the greatest
life.
Yeah. And so he's trying to kind of help this family stick together in his own way.
Yeah.
So he relates it to things that he knows about, whether it be like sex or he talks about his pet snake. He makes an analogy to TJ's character, who's the main kid of the film, and it makes it for a very kind of gives it layers to Hesher's character, who's the like the antagonist of the film.
Yeah, I think so.
And yeah, I think it's very, very fun to watch, and like you said, refreshing.
Yeah.
The editing is very, very good.
Yeah,
in it.
It is.
Like the transitions to different scenes and the use of music.
Yeah, I was gonna say the music really does fit the movie, especially with Hesher's character, the way he looks, and
he's very like this. He's like this metalhead.
Yeah.
That really. There's some people that they have that image, but they don't. Their persona doesn't match it. Mm-hmm. But this guy really does live and breathe like metal. You know what I mean? Like he really doesn't care.
Yeah.
And Joseph is really good at kind of keeping that tone consistent with his character. Very, very impressive.
Yes, definitely. I highly recommend this movie if you're listening to us and you haven't seen it. Pause this and check out Hesher, because it is a really good movie.
And it's streaming now for all you Hulu kids.
Yes.
If you have Hulu, you have Hesher.
Yeah, you do.
Stream it.
Check it out.
Check it out. It's got a killer cast.
Yes.
Very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Although it does cater to metal, I feel like you can watch it, obviously, not being a fan, and still enjoy the film, get a lot of laughs.
Unless you're my grandma. Who wrote this music?
Side note, the other day, you were telling me the story the other day that you decided to put on The Devil's Candy with your grandparents and with Jordan next to you, and that's a movie about The Devil's Candy is actually code for killing children, so that was probably not the greatest idea.
Yes,
because there's this very satanic feeling all over that movie.
Yeah, the entire movie. I only got, I think, 20 to 30 minutes into it, and I was told to turn it off. Change it to something else that was more suitable for the audience that was in the living room. But yeah, it's we can talk about that movie later on, but yeah, that was actually a really funny little situation I got myself into.
Yeah.
I wasn't...
It's relevant because I feel like Devil's Candy is kind of in that metal circle.
I wasn't expecting it to be that. I knew it was going to be dark, but I didn't know what to expect, really. And then that's exactly what I told my grandparents. I was like, oh yeah, my buddy, he told me about this movie. He said it was really good. But I was like, he said it was kind of, messed up, but I didn't know how messed up it was.
Yeah, I think it gets a little... He's like, oh no, we just do a podcast together. He's not really my friend.
He's just more like an acquaintance, kind of. I barely know him. That's like nice little side note.
Oh yeah. I love that movie too. But going back to Hesher,
yes.
Before we jump into other stories, what would you rate it?
This one, I would have to rate this. For me, I'd say a 9.
Nice.
It was really enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, there was nothing I had wrong with wrong with the movie at all for me.
Would you buy? So you'd buy it?
I would buy this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to buy a lot of things, a lot of movies that we end up watching that I haven't seen. That usually your picks.
Well, because I try to pick things that I feel like, even like the things that I think maybe you haven't seen that I think you would enjoy, or there's a chance you would enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I'm kind of hitting that stride where you actually are going out and picking them up, because it's like I'm making a difference, not just with these listeners but with you. So it means what I'm doing, even if it's just reaching you, that's something. Yeah. So it's cool.
Now this was definitely very entertainable. I think it should be more seen by a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think
the budget was only $7 million.
Yeah.
I followed this. It didn't get a wide release. I don't know if it even played in San Diego at all. Otherwise, I would have went to watch it. But it just I just feel like a lot of people don't even know that it was made. I don't know.